Итак, мы продолжаем проходить так, эту прекрасную игру. С вами Джам, Джам Дэнс. Мы продолжаем. Так, пулю. Пострелить Капона. Зачем вы в него стреляете? Всему пошел конец. Окей. Продолжаем идти. В прошлой серии нам сказал, что Нигер будет ждать в машине. Санта Эксперанza. Угу. Окей. Так. Куда там идти? О, автомат с Кока-Колой. Почему-то хочется сказать автомат с Нука-Колой. Нука-Кола, да, из Fallout. Ладно, колу можно не ждать. Так, это что? Ассасины. Добрые люди. Я думал, можно потом взять. Ну ладно. Так, это, наверное, пропавшие. Я на них не очень хочу посмотреть. Не очень хочу смотреть на них. Еда, ради которой стоит обедать. Вот он.
At last, Mr. Ness. Please get in.
Личность.
I could swear I've seen your face before. Sure. I'm the guy you served a slice of blueberry pie to 5 minutes ago. Thanks for remembering me. Please get in. I can't afford for you to catch a cold.
Подожди, а куда он меня хочет вести-то? Стоп, он что, поехал? Подожди, я думал, будет еще несколько вариантов. Ну ладно.
We'll be going up in a couple of minutes. I'll wait for you in the cable car.
Up where?
Забраться в фуникулер. Окей. Подожди, можно выпить, но... Не, нельзя. Ну ладно. Так, фуникулер. Если бы я знал это слово, то было бы все проще. Он бегать может. Ну-ка.
The Hindenburg. Her forced landing in New Jersey almost cost the lives of over 100 passengers. Yeah, nearly a fireball in midair. It would have burned down half the city.
Да. Так, стой. Куда там? Можно, какие-то все в масках. Круто. Такое ощущение, как будто он специально это сейчас сделал. Я не хочу на него смотреть. И на автомат тоже не хочу смотреть. Может это? Туда надо идти. А, да, вот же он.
Okay, let's go.
Куда он нас идет-то, блин, я не знаю. Ах. Разве можно с негром идти куда-нибудь?
Scared of heights?
Давай правду
Since I
скажем.
was a kid, I like to keep my feet on the ground.
That makes two of us.
Он, кстати, похож на этого, на главного героя Зеленой мили. Там этот большой такой, я забыл его название. Имя точнее.
How high does this thing
Но
go?
лицо похоже.
Higher than the clouds.
Так, и что это? Она находится в воздухе. Фигня это. Так. Надо побыстрее просто. Как-то он даже бегает медленно.
I'm afraid I can't come with you. Thanks for the pie.
А куда мне идти?
Welcome to the Grand Hindenburg Hotel. My name is Susan, and I'm glad to be of service. Your name, please?
Давай фальшиво.
I'm Mr. Untouchable.
In that case, I suggest you try not to live up to your name if you want to make the most of your stay at the Hindenburg, Mr. Untouchable. And now, how can I help you?
I'm here to see Mr. Capone.
There's no Mr. Capone here, Mr. Untouchable.
Интересно.
Listen, Susan, I know more than 60 aliases for Al Capone, so you have two options. One is to delay my appointment with him until I guess the right one, which he is not going to like. The other is to send me through and earn my eternal gratitude and his. Your call.
He's in the presidential suite. Top floor at the end of the red carpet.
Thank you, Susan.
Have a pleasant stay at the Grand Hindenburg Hotel, Mr. Untouchable.
Ты обязательно вот имя несколько раз повторять?
Your attention, please. The cable car to Santa Esperanza leaves in
Так.
3 minutes.
Погнали. Сюда? Нет, это какие-то кинотеатр.
You can't go in there, sir. They're in rehearsal.
Репит.
Theater?
Shakespeare's Titus
Это
Andronicus.
театр.
They open in a couple of nights. Perhaps Mr. Capone can get you a ticket?
Capone? He's at this hotel? Gosh, I'd heard the opposite.
Так. Стой. Я, наверное, просто не туда пошел. Ладно, с другой стороны идти. Нет. Мне ж надо подняться, правильно? Ну да, вот. Так, он в президентском номере. Отличненько.
Your attention, please. The
Внимание,
cable car
подъедем
to
к
Santa
станции.
Esperanza
Короче,
leaves
2
in
минуты.
2 minutes.
То есть тут еще может на время, типа надо на подъемник еще успеть. Или можешь теперь потом ждать приезд, да, 3 минуты, если не успеешь. Ну ладно. Идем. Блин, я немножко уже поторопил себя, а он такой. Как же я. Не, ладно, тупая шутка будет. Куда мне? Вот, наверное. Так. Так, я на месте, да? Доберитесь до номера Капона. Без проблем. Можно, конечно, было бы спросить, кто сейчас подметает там улицу. Ну ладно, я думаю, иду я правильно. В правильном пути. Так. Опять он.
You should be rotting in jail.
That's exactly what I've been doing for the last 19 and a half years. You'll be surprised what a little good behavior can do for a person. You're not gonna ask me for my last words this time? I'm a lot closer to death than when I last saw you. As are you.
Смерть.
Not close enough.
Hmm? Close enough for who?
Для кого?
Close enough to me. Why do you think I came?
Look, I didn't ask you here to find out who's got the snappiest comebacks. I want to hire you.
А я не
What?
хочу.
I require your services as a detective.
Давай любопытно.
I don't know what your game is, but if your plan was to surprise me, you've succeeded.
Look, Ness. My granddaughter Sophia has been kidnapped. When what happened to my son, Vittorio, I put her in a boarding school. She was entered under a false surname, Colombo. Nobody knows who she is.
Nobody?
Only Milton, the man who brought you here. I trust him completely. 2 days ago, a guy turned up at the boarding school. He introduced himself as Guido Colombo, the girl's uncle, and her new legal guardian. He said her parents had just died in a tragic automobile accident. He produced all the relevant papers, driver's license, the custody document supposedly made out by the father, the death certificates. He explained away the fact that the girl didn't know him by saying he moved to Seattle before she was born.
Any clues?
Nah. Well, Sophia was wearing a blue dress with flowers that I personally ordered for her from Italy. She was also wearing white ballet shoes with daisies embroidered on them. As for the guy, the school principal said he was tall and slim, in his 50s. No particular accent. Black hair, no beard, no glasses. Well dressed. Could be anyone. But I know he was hired by one of my old associates. Someone wants to finish me once and for all. Maybe they want control of what's left of my organization. Maybe they hate my guts.
And I thought I was the only one who still hated you after 20 years. What else have you got?
I got this. And I got you.
You don't have me. My place is at my diner. and your girl's not there.
Huh. So where should I be looking?
В полицию. И куда мне обратиться? Ну, блин, мне кажется... Ну, полиция явно чем поможет. Это я так сказал. Просто обычно обращается в полицию, но ему, наверное, в мафию.
You were the biggest boss in the mafia, and by the looks of this place, you didn't lose everything. Why don't you ask one of your subordinates for help?
You don't listen, do you? The kidnapper was hired by one of my men. One of the people I trust.
So why me?
20 years ago, I pushed you to the edge. I bought your friends and killed the ones who couldn't be bought. I got you so obsessed with me that your wife ended up leaving you. When you had nothing left, you walked into my house, shot my bodyguards, and pointed a gun at me. You could have killed me. But you chose to restrain yourself. You even gave my son a lecture on ethics. You're the only honest man I know.
Не за что.
I'm not going to help you.
I'm not asking you to help me. I'm asking you to rescue a little girl. Forget that her surname is Capone. Her name is Sophia. She's 8 years old and smart as a whip.
Okay, you win. I'll help. Not for you, for her.
Офигеть, какая нелинейность сюжета. Просто прям нелинейность. Ты можешь отказаться. Чё? Я просил. Прости, торговаться не стану.
You leave Santa Esperanza and the country forever.
А,
It's a deal. I always wanted to die in Sicily, but that's the least of my worries. I don't give a damn what happens to
Так.
me, Ness. You just save Sophia,
блин.
and you can start by investigating
Carlo Boccarini.
How did you know?
Biggest forger in Santa Esperanza. Wouldn't surprise me if Sophia's so-called uncle's papers were made by him. Besides, he's been cursing your name ever since we put you in jail.
Hey, I treated him like a son.
After you killed his parents.
They were selling booze without my permission. Wait, you know where to find them?
I have a good contact at the station. A girl. Rookie. Straight arrow. Reliable.
A girl? You saying you trust her?
You are such a chauvinist. Do you trust me?
Deal?
Ударить его? Нет, договорились, что там?
That's a spirit. Keep Milton informed at all times, huh? You hear me?
I know you somewhere.
Ну, теперь мы друзья с Капоне. Классно, чё?
You're not gonna ask me
Ну,
for
не
advice?
друзья, а, можно сказать,
Never going to help you. Why me?
коллеги.
I'm not a cowboy. I'll do it. Not for you. For her.
Так, а где это? А я могу бежать быстрее? Нет.
This town has become a jungle. Where not even the rats are safe. Those who swore to protect us fight to steal the last scraps of dignity we have left. And those who should judge them prefer to squabble over their prey. But it wasn't always like this. The Santa Esperanza I was born in was
что
a
это?
clean town.
Почему так ходит?
A place where it meant something to be a cop.
Драться, да. Он не умирает.
Until he arrived.
Прикольно, чё. Так.
He took everything I had, but in the end I sent him to hell. Rebuilt my life. Got my feet back on the ground. But now he's back. And he's dragged me in.
Это, так скажем, легкая наркомания, знаете. Просто правда. Но красиво.
I'm gonna need help.
Красивый красил. Виски. Давай виски.
Ness,
Elliot, I found Carlo Boccarini.
I knew you would, Alice.
Write this down. 31 Wicker Avenue, in Lakeview.
Thanks. Nice work.
Elliot, what do you want with him? He's got a hell of a file.
I think he's mixed up in a kidnapping, but my client doesn't want the police involved.
What are you getting yourself into? Who's your client?
Alice, I don't have much time. I'll let you know how it goes. Thanks. Tomorrow's going to be a long, long day.
Да пей уже. Тяжелый день был. Тяжелый день, наверное, будет в новом эпизоде. А этот уже эпизод закончился. Или нет? Не знаю.
"31 Wicker Avenue. This is it."
You sure?
I'm sure.
At last. That stench of stale grease about you reminds me too.
Никак не могу снять нормально вторую серию. Так.
You worked as a waiter?
I was a chef. And not in any old kitchen. At the maximum security penitentiary on Gore Island. Can't think of a better way to do time. And how do you think I met Alphonse? Playing golf?
Alphonse?
On the subject of cooking, I know your blueberry pie had an extra something. I still don't know what.
Alphonse?
So what now? You got a plan?
Take a look around, in case there's a rear exit. I'll take the main door.
My pleasure.
Так. Доберитесь до дома Бокерини. Окей. Окей. Это чей дом?
The fact that a criminal like him can hang up his shingle in broad daylight says a lot about Santa Esperanza.
Ага. Так. Так. Может, это его дом? Гномик. Окей. Так. Какой-то это...
Boccarini? Carlo Boccarini?
Nothing of interest out back. Sorry. You better come see this, Mr. Ness.
What is it?
I don't know how to describe it.
Что это? Я чуть не понял, что там.
Is that our man?
Boccarini.
My God.
We have to find out who did this, and why. Let's go.
You're the detective, Mr. Ness. Besides, Alphonse will want to see this. I'll be right back.
All right. have to establish how Boccherini died.
О,
Maybe the
нет.
body parts can shed some light on the motive.
Нет, нет, нет. Что надо? О,
Holy Christ, what the hell are we up against? His eyes were pulled clean out of their sockets. Whoever did this, it wasn't their first time. And if they committed any other murders like this, it's likely that the police found some of the bodies. I must remember to ask Alice. His teeth were all pulled out before he was killed. The buildup of blood inside his mouth speaks for itself.
ужас. Просто ужас какой. Блин. Опс, не то. Это... доска. Нитью, то есть прям какую-нибудь выбрать. Так.
Boccherini's teeth were all pulled out.
О, ужас просто. А, подожди, да блин. Не люблю эту фигню. Улики. Улики. Что это? Так, а что еще от меня требует-то? Я должен снять картину, возможно... Блин, никак назад, тап назад. Вот так, выходим. Так, что еще тут у нас? Так, новая улика. Нет. Почему? Нет. Не могу почему-то. Блин, я не дочитал, даже что я вот тут всю геморрой этот прям не выношу. Там наверняка что-то ужасное будет. Записка, можете. Что это? Да, понял.
Blood and some kind of sticky liquid.
Так, сколько... Как это ужасно просто. Нет, блин. Может, это? Да блин, а чё надо-то? Давай пойдем туда. О, ужас. Это ужасно. Как так вообще можно было? Ну чё, я уже все там смотрел. Это просто надо быть дебилом. Фу, блин. Да какую хер я не могу использовать эту улику? Что мне еще тут надо сделать? Так, 1 из 5, значит, надо еще что-то, да? А что это вот? Перемещение в АСД. А, все, понял. Все, вот. А, там все понял. Фу, как это противно. Что там?
Are these teeth from the body? Well, at least I know why his teeth were pulled out, more or less. A sick altar of human flesh.
Я не могу ее использовать.
A sick altar of human flesh.
Господи.
Looks like a ritual. What was Boccherini mixed up in?
Ужас, просто ужас какой-то. О, фух. Так, а
This
тут
car looks
какая-то
too
даже
classy for a forger like
не
Boccherini.
царапанная, ничего.
Are there sufficient reasons to believe that when the murderer attacked Boccherini, there was someone else in the house? The first possibility to be ruled out is that the car belonged to Boccherini.
Еще улики. Еще больше улик.
Vermont plates. Someone drove a long way.
Так, это надо нам в машине.
A car with Vermont plates. Let's take a look in the glove compartment. Bingo.
Я все жду, что кто-то сзади будет.
A man's cigarette case.
Так, о, блин. Только, пожалуйста, не надо его... Ага, нет. Я думал, надо будет открывать. А, так получилось.
Could be one of the Boccherini clan.
Так, это, наверное... Мне кажется, это никак не относится. Хотя бы должно относиться к машине. Ну-ка, сюда.
The initials OB on a cigarette case. 1. It has Vermont plates. 2. It's too luxurious for a
Ну,
criminal
слишком
standing.
роскошно.
3. The initials on the cigarette case don't match his name. The next possibility that needs to be ruled out is that the car was stolen. There should be evidence that there was someone else in the house.
О, блин, так.
A sick altar of human flesh.
Нет. Блин, еще надо что-то. Так, может, с другой стороны надо? Нет. Может, надо еще что-то добавить, а я просто сейчас ухожу куда-то в неизведанное. Так, я не могу это открыть. Это понятно. Я не могу забраться наверх. А, тут вот тут еще есть место. Отлично.
The blood comes from the other side of the corridor and ends next to the body. He was attacked in the other room and dragged to the hall.
Так, это, наверное, относится к мужику, да? Блин, нет. Тут нет таких улик. Все очень плохо.
The evidence suggests that the events began in the lounge. How did Boccherini encounter his murderer?
Еще больше. Фу.
Whatever crushed the table must have been really heavy. Or maybe it was thrown extremely hard.
Так, тут больше... А, тут можно перемещение, что точно. Опа.
A perfectly circular dent, as if someone had tried to hammer in a gigantic bolt, around 4 inches in diameter.
Так.
Fingernails scratched the wood.
Последний остался. Наверное, на лампочку нет. Нет, посмотри. А где же еще одна? Тут нет нигде. Вот.
Blood ran like water.
Не очень приятное зрелище.
A door in the corridor jammed shut.
О, блин. Забыл, куда это должно вообще быть. Может, здесь? Нет.
A door in the corridor jammed shut.
Может, сюда? Я
A door in the
попробую
corridor
просто
jammed
везде.
shut.
Нет, тут не должно. Нет. Часы. Опа.
Blood.
Кровь.
Blood everywhere.
Кровь повсюду. Стоп, 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 стоп.
What kind of person takes off a wristwatch without unfastening it? Or fastens the strap again after taking it off?
Так. Где же еще нам посмотреть?
Did it break during the struggle, or was it already broken?
Фиг его знает. Это, наверное, надо вот сюда вот. Где эти часы-то? Блин. У меня... Так, там еще проход есть. Наверное, там уже кухня пойдет.
This was opened recently.
Искренность. А давай выпей. Проверь, так сказать. Это типа пародия на Джек Дэниелс? Новая улика.
Smells of whiskey.
Пахнет. Так, новая улика. Господи.
Glass on the floor indicates the window was broken from outside.
Новая улика, так. Ненавижу это. Вот ненавижу это геморройство. Вот пистолет.
There's something under there. How
Я
did it
думал,
wind
это
up
надо
under
в
there?
перчатках брать, потому что, типа, детектив или кто там.
Not
полиция.
one round fired. It must have happened fast.
Так, что тут? Орешки.
What is it with Italians and olives?
А, это
They wrap
оливки.
those things up like caviar.
Не, я тоже люблю оливки.
Like a true bachelor, he should have put these into soak. Hours of scraping to get them clean. Although at this stage, I don't think Boccarini's too worried about that. Four glasses. 2 of water, 2 of wine.
О, господи. Так. Санта.
I've always been a whiskey man, but I know a good wine when I see one.
Бокал. Бокал. Подожди, может бокал надо? Нет, нет, бокал не надо. Так, это что?
Leftover lasagna,
Лазанья.
and it looks good. Why is it that 2 out of 3 Italian gangsters are great cooks? I'll never understand what the deal is with them in cooking. The plates and the glasses leave no room for doubt. Boccarini had company for dinner.
Так. А это что?
One knife's
блин.
missing, the biggest one. Shut from the inside. It
Опять
opens onto the
придется
same
звать
room as the jammed door in the
нашего
corridor.
напарника. Господи, сколько этих улик. Просто. Как же меня бесит они.
Pieces
Это...
of glass from the window in the hall, found inside broken whiskey glass, found in the dining
Нет.
room.
Ну и все тогда.
An open bottle of whiskey. Dirty plates, glasses, and silverware from a dinner for 2.
Почему?
A door in the kitchen, locked from the inside. It opens onto the same room. A pistol, fully loaded. I'd say Boccarini was drinking in the dining room when his assailant burst in through the window. Boccarini pulled his gun, but the murderer disarmed him before he could shoot. Where did the torture begin?
Счет.
A broken table, scratched and covered in blood. A broken whiskey glass, found. Dirty plates, a door in the kitchen. A blood-stained wristwatch with a glass broken and the strip. Broken whiskey. Dirty plates, glass. A door in the kitchen.
Это так, на всякий случай.
It opens onto the same room as the jammed
Ну
door in the
все
corridor.
тогда, блин. Да, это.
The lamp. A door in the corridor. A
Так.
teaspoon stick.
Просто.
Some kind of a sick altar.
Ну все. Думаю, хватит. Так, подожди, тут ничего нельзя не исследовать. В окошко посмотреть. Нет, ну блин, ну может уже все, может можно уже уходить нам отсюда. Я уже... Подожди. А, да, я там уже все проверил. Давай выйдем отсюда. Мне уже тут не по душе. Блин. Ну конечно. Вот только вот... Ну что дальше? Я уже все посмотрел. Господи. Я могу сохраниться? О, господи. Так, продолжаем. Блин, сбивает меня. Когда... Давайте уже закончим расследование. Все, мне надоело. Я не хочу. Я не хочу вот это вот все. Мне вот ненавижу, когда в играх так делают. Сначала мне понравилось, сейчас прям вообще не нравится. Вот это вот все геморройность. Вот прям не могу, прям бесит. Ух, как я зиоль. Ну, подожди, Машок нам можно надо посмотреть. Нет. А я у него все посмотрел? А, я же не все у него посмотрел, точно.
Pity he won't last till Christmas, because he'd almost pass for a tree. There's no doubt the murderer took his time.
Ужас.
This isn't a cut, it's a tear. His hands were ripped off. Who has that kind of strength?
Так.
What's he got
Что
stuck
это?
in there?
А,
The bottom of a glass.
ужас.
It's Boccherini, no doubt about that. Although the one I remember was more together.
Все, я всех собрал, да? Так, значит, его. Нет, подожди. Гадость
The
какая.
murderer tore Boccherini's hands off, hands ripped off, teeth torn out. I guess I'll have to rule out criminal intent or a personal angle. Boccherini's eyes still haven't shown up. What if I look for whatever was used to remove them?
При помощи чего их удалили? Ложкой.
A teaspoon stained with blood and some kind of
Oh,
sticky
yeah,
mixture of
got
sticky
that.
liquid and blood can only mean one thing. The spoon was used to remove Boccherini's eyes. The mutilations and the disappearance of his eyes suggest two possible motives. Psychopathy or cultist fanaticism. Which is it?
Психопатия, мне кажется.
Some kind of symbol drawn in blood. A sick altar of human flesh. Although I don't know the origin of the symbol in the bathroom and the altar of flesh and teeth, I'd say the motive was some kind of occult religion. The big question is, who did it?
Так, это значит я уже все сделал, да? Ага. Тут у нас. А тут я не могу
Dirty
посмотреть.
plates, glasses, and silverware
Нет.
from a two pools of blood.
А, да,
On
могу.
the bloodstains show that the murderer began to torture Boccherini on the dining table. That was where his hands were torn off. As a result, his
Конечно.
wristwatch fell to the ground.
О, господи. Так. Что-то там
The
можно
trail of blood
добавить?
from the dining room to the broken whiskey glass.
Нет.
The dining
Блин.
room. Dirty plates,
Нет.
a door in the kitchen,
Нет.
the lamp, torn off its
Да.
bright Boccherini, already minus hands, was dragged into the hall, where the murderer used the brackets of the lamp to complete his macabre diorama.
Так, это мы разгадали уже. Так, следующее. Последнее.
A door in the corridor,
Нет.
a broken whiskey,
Нет.
dirty plates, glasses, and
Yeah.
silverware. The dirty dishes and glasses prove that Boccherini ate lasagna with one other person. Was Boccherini's guest still in the house when the murderer showed up?
Так, это
A
можно?
broken whiskey glass found in the dining room. What looks like the bottom of a broken glass seems clear that Boccherini and his guest were drinking when the murderer took them by surprise. The real question is, what happened to the witness? Did they escape? Did the murderer take them?
Так.
Or are they still in the house?
Да все, я уже понял, я уже
A
разгадал.
door in the kitchen, locked. A door in the corridor,
Отлично.
jammed shut. One locked door could be a coincidence, but two locked doors which open onto the same room can't be. Either I'm completely wrong, or the witness is in that room. But I need Milton to open one of those doors.
Ну,
Mr.
наверное, тот
Ness, can you open the door for me?
напарник наш. Да.
It was open. Why did you ring?
I thought I should use the doorbell so I wouldn't startle you.
I didn't notice there was a doorbell.
Says the man Milton had left in charge of an important investigation. So, what can you tell me to restore my faith in you as a detective?
What is that?
Not a good start. It's a camera, so Alphonse can see all this.
All right. Follow me. Boccherini had company for dinner. Someone from Vermont with the initials OB. Someone whose social status was a lot higher, but who was on the same side of the law. He served lasagna, and after clearing away the dishes, they opened a bottle of whiskey in the dining room. That was when the murderer burst in on them, coming through the window which he broke with his own body weight. Boccherini, or maybe his guest, pulled a gun, but it was a waste of time. The murderer was so fast he was disarmed before he could fire. He focused his attention on Boccherini, totally ignoring the guest, and lifted him up into the air. He then threw him against the dining room table so hard that one of the glasses of whiskey was embedded in Boccherini's back. He span around, clawing at the table, and immediately afterwards the murderer ripped off his hands. I have no idea how he did it, but all the evidence suggests he just pulled. Blood sprayed everywhere. The wristwatch fell to the ground. He dragged him through the corridor into the hall. He tore down the lamp, hung him from the brackets, and stabbed steel rods through his body. He skewered him on the iron bars, possibly taken from the fence outside, and pulled out his teeth one by one. Then he pulled his teeth out one by one as he died. Finally, he scooped out his eyes with a teaspoon. Boccherini must have been dead when the murderer went to the bathroom with his hands in his teeth. There, he arranged them to make an altar, weaving the fingers together and placing the teeth inside. Next, he painted something on the wall in blood, a symbol which I don't recognize, but which could have some kind of ritualistic significance. When he'd finished his artwork, he left. I don't know what he did with the eyes.
You're telling me that someone did all this armed with a teaspoon?
More or less.
And you worked all this out on your own, just by looking?
More or less.
I don't know which of the two of you scares me more. Wait a second. What about the guest?
Right. Come with me.
Сейчас скорее бы это все закончилось. Я уже не могу на это все смотреть. Мне надо отдохнуть от этой игры.
Nothing.
Turns out Mr. Untouchable isn't infallible. But you were close. Congratulations.
This must be Boccherini's office. Let's take a quick look around.
All yours.
Поищите улики в офисе.
Jesus. There's at least $1 million here.
Да уж.
Mm-hmm. Boccarini's?
I'd be surprised. Probably his guests, and I doubt it was to pay Boccarini for his services. None of his forgeries are worth that much.
Угу. Так.
Carlo, I have the goods for OB, but I have to take the children to school tomorrow and I can't make the meetup. Friday, same time, same place. It's signed NI.
Mm-hmm. These initials are getting to be a pain in the ass, right?
I have to take the kids to school tomorrow. I don't think this is some loving divorced daddy, Milton.
I take back what I just said.
Так.
The driver's license of one John Martinson and Osmond Burke. OB.
Do we know him?
The eldest son of the richest family in Vermont, convicted rapist. He was arrested thanks to the testimony of his father, who wound up disinheriting him. He escaped from prison last week. He broke into the family home and slit the throats of all his relatives one by one, opened the safe, and got away with a fortune.
They don't make jails like they used to. All starting to add up, isn't it?
Ну, господи. Блин, я испугался. Офигеть, блин. Нифига себе. Я ненавижу скримеры, я ненавижу эти скримеры. Ну это не скример, но блин, ну... Это просто ужасно было. Фу, блин. Блин, я не на ту клавишу нажал. А что негр делал в это время? Фу, ё. Похлеще Слендера.
Milton!
You're doing fine on your own, Mr. Ness. I believe
Ты
it.
чё, совсем, что ли? Пощечина. Пощечина. Это, блин, ты достал.
Get out of my way, I said! He's coming back!
Who's coming back?
Him! The monster!
The guy who killed Boccarini?
He was a monster! I'll get your hands off me, Negro!
What was he like? Describe him for me.
He was a monster. Red and black. I mean, his head reached the ceiling. He tore off his hands with his claws! It was a monster! A monster!
Should I hit him again?
Да не надо. Чё.
Burke, shut up. You're Osmond Burke, right?
Yes.
Good. Now pay attention, Burke, because I have a question for you. Who is this money for?
Nikolai Ivankov.
Rings a bell.
One of Capone's right-hand men 20 years ago. What does this stuff about kids mean?
I don't know.
Calm down, Burke. You were going to meet up with him, right?
Yes, at the docks, berth 42, right next to where the Alligator 3 is moored.
So what's the meetup time?
Tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? No, it's going to be tonight. Don't get too comfortable. We'll be there in no time.
В полицию?
The cops in Santa Esperanza aren't as straight as the cops in Vermont. Even so, I think they'll be delighted to see you at the station.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Ness. I have to take him to Alphonse.
Out of the question. I know his temper. He'll beat him to a pulp.
Listen, if the missing girl was your granddaughter, you wouldn't forgive me if I didn't let you see the only suspect who could lead us to her.
Okay.
Shucks.
What?
The smell of stale grease was bad enough, but the stink of whiskey is even worse.
Все, с меня хватит просто. Все. Давайте сейчас катсцена пройдет и заканчиваем эту серию. Все. Просто уж.
Elliot?
Ah, Delphine.
Oh, thank God you're here. The lights were off, so I thought that... I'm sorry. I got out of the hospital late, then I went to the station to pick up Jim's check, and when they told me... I'm scared.
Of what?
What are you drinking?
Сок.
It's only juice. Juice and nothing else.
Breathe on me. You heard me.
Господи. Что ж вы не смешаете-то?
No! You knew!
Knew about what?
What's that gun doing there?
I'd love to tell you, but I can't. It's better you don't get involved.
You know, don't you?
No, I don't know. And if you keep up the guessing games, I'll never know.
He's back.
Who?
Him. I don't know why it still surprises me, but it's incredible that you were such a good detective, and yet you've never been able to understand people. Capone got out of jail.
Where'd you hear that?
Chief Jenkins.
Chief Jenkins? The same guy who said he was going to clean up Santa Esperanza, right? In that case, you can rest assured Capone just put on his striped pajamas, and in 4 minutes' time, he'll be snoring in his cell.
Elliot, what if it's true? If he's out, what's the first thing he's going to do? Who does he hate more than anyone?
If it's true he got free, which I doubt, the first people he'll want to take out are the ones who put him in jail, the members of the jury. And if my memory serves, there were a lot of them. It'll take him a long time to get to me.
Please, Elliot, don't joke. You're the only part of Jim's life that I have left. If you put yourself in danger, I'm fine. Thanks.
My hand? I burnt it cooking. Fried eggs are the devil's work.
What's going on, Elliot? We're closed.
Can you wait outside for a couple of minutes, Milton?
Sure, of course. Although, I'm sorry to say, but we're short on time.
Elliot.
I said a couple of minutes, Milton.
It's all right. Goodbye, Elliot. You can use that couple of minutes to teach this gentleman some manners.
No, and it's none of your business.
Sorry to butt in. I've brought your rapist costume for the party.
Костюм насильника для вечеринки. Нет, все.
Seriously, you're not...
No, she's the wife of a friend who died in the line of duty, Jim Dockers.
Alphonse told me about him.
Your Alphonse killed him.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Ness. Although he's not the same man he was. Anyway, isn't the deal with marriage until death do us part?
It's not that simple. There are other factors. Dockers was my best friend. I couldn't do that to him, not even now he's dead.
Right. So you like her, but you don't have the nerve.
Oh yeah? What would you do?
Women have never been one of my priorities.
Гей, что ли?
I'm sorry.
Forget it. Shit. You screwed Alphonse good, didn't you?
I don't think he holds it against me, this far down the line. He's a new man now, right?
Did you enjoy it?
I'm a cop. Correction, I was a cop. You do the job you're given. End of story.
I hear you. But you didn't finish the next job they gave you. Did they find those kids?
No. How do I look?
О,
Like
господи.
the invisible man in the movie. No one's gonna buy it.
Take it easy. Everything's going to work out fine.
Все. Давайте на этом заканчивать. Всем спасибо. С вами был Джам, был на канале Джам Дэнс. Всем пока. Клик.